in. I don't expect them to be down for long. This is a team that I think just barely missed out on PGC. It was like 20 points or so away from being able to go. They're a top fragging team. The only issue they have is, ironically, making it to the end game, which they've done so here in this match with 4 players alive. So, I mean, this is where they've really got to capitalize.
Well, luckily for them, Unicorn Cyber are a little bit more preoccupied with X-Men, because Unicorn Cyber could also be a bit of a problem for Q Confirm. Tananol from Theraton 5 will hold his shots onto Nordra until he feels he has a good opportunity. The smoke enough there for Nordra to just duck into and survive. Oh, this is going to get messy though. Payne doesn't quite manage to take advantage of the initial shot there on the Unicorn Cyber. I really thought something more was going to come from that, and well, it might still as Hudat starts to push his way forward.
Oh, good shot. Payne, clean. That was actually really sharp and probably needed it too, because the pressure is really on X-Men, and so far I'm back on Erangel. They weren't winning a lot of their fights, but against a team like Unicorn Cyber, they're doing a really good job. Demon, Hudat, Destroy, they were hitting some good shots back on Erangel. They got 14 points, but they are not doing as well in this particular fight, and only just down to Demon in the blue, coming in now to try and salvage this one, and he's done just that, but he can't also live to tell the tale. And kind of like our earlier fight with PMA, they don't really get to celebrate, Jordan. They technically get the win, but it's kind of a technicality.
Yeah. Look, at this point, I really feel like this is Theraton 5's game. They've looked so good over the first couple of games, and it just feels like they've been building towards something. Something's been brewing for Theraton 5, and now they've got themselves a really favorable late-game position. 4 players alive, zone heavily favoring them. I don't know, I suppose you'd probably prefer to be in Q Confirm's shoes at this point in time, just on that northern side of the road. Feels a little bit more comfortable, given that obviously you have Buriram and EXO coming in from the south. But Theraton 5, a good enough team, I'm sure, to still try to find a way to make this one work. Opon's not able to land shots there with the MK12, but either way, as long as Q Confirm can kind of keep all 4 members up here, they're in with a really good chance of knocking this one over as well.
And this is where the patience for Theraton 5 has its benefits. Good positioning, a couple of crates in their location. Nordra, though, creeping up. Insight's been spotted. Nordra's probably not wanting to mess this situation up. He really does need... Oh, okay, Galaxi's been knocked. He's got to trade that. Oh, my goodness! Insight! Flick headshot onto Nordra. He winds back the clock to the old days, presses the shadow play, and puts that in a highlight reel. That is a massive moment there from Insight for EXO Clan. And just when it seemed like EXO, Jordan, were maybe having a little bit of a quiet game, you thought T5 were in the best position. Well, EXO, sadly, I mean, they've only got the 3 players, but their position's not awful, and they're involved in this match again.
No, I mean, and again, that's kind of been the story for EXO over the course of today, hasn't it? They've never looked like the team that's in the pole position to win the game, but they've always been hanging in there in the late stages. Another top 5 finish for EXO, bare minimum here, and look at make it a top 4 if they can just find Jund here from DK. He's keeping his head down for the moment, but yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind the shout for EXO here. I'll still probably back Theraton 5 or Q Confirm over EXO in this case, but you know, a top 3, top 4 for EXO would continue a very good day, and you know, they'd maybe feel a little bit disappointed that they haven't had the ultimate success of finding a win, but as long as we can keep that scoreboard ticking over, then in a pretty good spot here, and EXO with 4 kills. Keeping themselves in the conversation. Jund down to a sliver of HP, but he'll survive inside that smoke for now until Akita spots him. There you go, top 4 now for EXO, secured +1 kill as well, and they have to turn their attention to what is in front of them, and that is Theraton 5. Unfortunately, they can't get the knock onto Hatsawat, because that really might have opened up a rotation for them, but still 4 players up for Theraton 5.
Oh, Hiker spotted. To the junior. As the angle, although shots back land, and he's now low, forced back. Hatsawat, though, hits the head of Hike Event. Not sure if he's in range, in sightline to be flushed and finished off. Akita on his body, suggesting to me he should be able to get that revive. Insight, a little bit more of the front man. Again, T5 in such a good position. you got to think about who's the more likely threat. It's QC. QC have to cross road with very little info. So it's very unlikely you would imagine that they would do that, especially if they did do that, Purple Mood would punish them. So this really does kind of feel like a fight that EXO have to play and win by themselves. They are not going to get help from the likes of Q Confirmed here, unless they get really greedy, hear the shots, and feel like they can be a third party here in the late game. But they're pushing a lot closer to Purple Mood, closer enough that the start of the fight, and Thunders had picked up too. Yeah, indeed, we've basically got 2 1v1s.
Yeah, this all really starts to blow open, doesn't it? Purple Mood, they're going to want to try to capitalize on this advantage that they've got. And meanwhile, obviously, Teraton 5, they're a bit preoccupied with what's happening here against EXO, who are doing a really good job. 2 members of Teraton 5 now down on the floor. 1 finished off there by Insight. Akita will be dropped. Patampong should be able to get the flush onto that as well. And so everyone's losing players all over the place. And it really has kind of thrown a spanner in the works. Every single team down to at least a wounded roster. Hard to say who walks away with the win now.
Yeah, I mean, but that makes it a little bit more exciting. I think the first 2 games on Erenkel, not that it was a foregone conclusion. I think those particular games was a bit easier to maybe understand who was going to win. Pedrek gets finished off. Down to EXO, Purple Mood, and Teraton 5 here for Game 3 on Tago. 3 of our top 4. NGE sitting on the sidelines as they went out really early. Patampong, ambitious Nate, not a whole lot of information through the grass. You can hear it explode in the background as we kind of view the POVs of Insight and High Command. It didn't connect though. 7 kills for EXO, NT59 for Purple Mood. More nades for Patampong as he pops the boost. Vanatol peaks up to get all 3! That's what this guy can do! As one of the best players in Thailand, Vanatol just pushes by himself. Sure, he had a couple of nades as cover from Patampong, and EXO and T5 now down to a 2 versus 2. And Insight and Hiker at least have some kind of information as they know where the last fight ended.
Yeah, it's the remaining duos for Teraton 5 and EXO that are going to try to find the first win for their respective team in this event so far. And it's felt like, quite frankly, both these teams have deserved a win based on those Erangel games, and certainly into Tago here as well. So hard to really say one way or another which one is looking better, which one you'd favor. I think they're both in a position here where if they walk away with the win, we'll say, yep, that seemed pretty deserved. Teraton 5 just trying to keep their heads down for the moment. EXO being a little bit more mobile. Insight has pushed all the way out, almost all the way to the blue. On, I suppose, like the northern side, the northwestern side of this zone, to see if he can try to find an angle, leaving High Command in the anchor position. But Teraton 5, they're going to push over.
Still smoke, though, obscuring a lot of this battlefield. Molotovs and Thanatol to just clear out this left side means that he doesn't have to clear as much himself. Insight got caught. Insight got caught. He's on fire. Big knock, though, from Hiker, and he pulls out the AWM.
They've swapped places.
Positions, and they have indeed swapped places. I think he just spotted Patampong. The way he just glanced, I think he knows exactly where he is. And yeah, because he just cleared out Insight. The AUG from below 3x. He has to reload. Ooh. He had 1 bullet left. It didn't matter because High Command got the job done from the high ground. 9-kill win for EXO Clan. It feels like they've been building to this